In the last couple of days, there have been some wild Sony rumors flying around. One is that the A7C Mark II is coming out here in 2022. Another rumor is that the Sony Alpha 1 is getting a refresh in 2022 or early 2023. Rubbish on both of those. In fact, I had Andrea from Sony Alpha Rumors here on the channel yesterday doing an interview talking about things and I've got that video, you can watch it. We did have some technical issues, so he kept coming and going, but according to Sony Alpha Rumors, it's hogwash. And he went a step further on his site saying that, yeah, the site reporting on this has never really gotten anything correct, so there's that. No A7C Mark II in 2022, and as far as the Alpha 1, no. The Alpha 1 has barely been out a year. Full frame, flagship, mirrorless cameras, they don't get updated every year. This is not the Sony of 5-10 years ago that was refreshing their cameras every year, and there was a good reason for that because they were very new to the market, and let's be honest, those early cameras weren't the greatest. But as Sony has matured, we're starting to see much longer refresh rates. Just look at the A7S III, 5 years. I, as a rule of thumb, wouldn't expect any refreshes on cameras unless they're at the very minimum 2 years. And generally, we're looking at 3, and for flagship mirrorless cameras or even DSLRs, generally that refresh is 4 years. However, we're in a new time. What we're starting to see now, especially with Canon and Lumix, is we're starting to see, yes, they will release a camera, and then throughout that period, that gap between the next successor, is we're seeing a lot of firmware updates that provide additional capabilities, and that helps keep the model interesting. Just look at the Canon EOS R5. July 2020, on the 30th, it was released. And I had it that very same day. And then almost every month for the first year, we got a new firmware update that not only provided enhancements like improved the overheat, which was annoying, so 1.1, and then of course future firmware updates that improved autofocus, that improved the video capabilities, that allowed us to do dual recording to both card slots in 4K. And that's a really big deal. We are in a different marketplace. It is taking longer to get things out there. And if companies at the very least have a roadmap, here's the camera, we're gonna give you the camera, and then every 3 years, we're gonna update. But in between those 3 years, we're gonna have firmware updates that give you additional capabilities that keep you excited. It's like the whole gamification. If they keep giving us firmware updates on a regular basis, this is a good thing. And this keeps us excited, and this keeps us coming back. But back to Sony, back to the lineup. No A7C Mark II, no Sony Alpha 1, it's been too soon for those cameras. But we are expecting a good 4 cameras to be refreshed in 2022. And let's start off with a big one. No, it's not the Alpha 1, it's the A9 Mark III. That is due to be coming out this year in the second half. And it's supposed to have a megapixel count of no more than 50. And if you look at the Alpha 1, we do have 50 megapixels. So I think 50 megapixels makes sense. And Sony Alpha Rumors confirms that yeah, we're not going to see anything north of 50 megapixels in the A9 Mark III. But it's the A7R5 that is the camera to watch here. When I had Andres on yesterday, I asked him about this camera, and he said, well, I can't really confirm. I've got some rumors. I need to validate them. But the megapixel count is going to be significantly more than the A7R4 because other rumors had said we're getting the same megapixel. We're getting 61 megapixels. And he said, no, it's definitely going to be a lot more. So I did some reading, I did some analysis on the spot and thought, well, a lot more, I would figure is 80. But we've also heard rumors that there's going to be 100 megapixels. So I pushed him on it. I said, look, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you think that 100 megapixels is very likely? And he says, yes, it's a definite possibility. So I think what we're seeing is behind the scenes, those rumors that the A7R5 is going to have 100 megapixels is still valid. And I think that makes a lot of sense. I also think it makes a lot of sense that Canon is also working on a 100 megapixel camera because, well, the rumors have been there for a couple of years. It certainly makes sense that both of these companies to do that. The last time they had a high megapixel camera was the 5D RS. Of course, that's getting a little long in the tooth as well. So we're looking for a refresh there. It could be based off of the R5. We don't know. So the A7R5 is looking to be very interesting. After that, we're looking at a ZV, but there's another camera that we might be getting too. And forgive me if you hear a bit of noise upstairs. My family's running around and I'm gonna plow through that. I'm gonna get this done as quickly as I can. A surprise camera, but an entry-level camera that's designed to compete with the Canon EOS RP or the Mark II, which is expected to drop very soon. And that Canon EOS RP camera sells for $999 and on sale $899, and that is an entry-level full-frame mirrorless camera. Sony's supposed to be releasing an A3 or an A5 or a camera with any other name, and it's supposed to compete with the camera either A on price or a little higher at $1,400 or $1,500. It's going to compete with it on capabilities, but get close to that price point. So it's looking to be a very exciting year for both Canon and Sony based on rumored specifications. So stay tuned, subscribe, and choose all notifications so you're going to stay informed with the latest information. Not only do I deliver you the rumors and news, but I provide you with my insightful analysis and opinion as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.